Yo, what's up? How's it going, y'all? John Mediana here. If we never met before, this is the first time, baby. It's nice to be in the building. Thanks so much, y'all. I'm so pumped to be here today. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, but most importantly, we're going to be talking about your brand. Your brand is really important. So my name is John Mediana, and I had a really long-term friend that I've made for, 20 years. We've been friends for like a long time. So let me introduce you to him. His name, my friend, is Tom. If you know Tom, I get it. He has a lot of friends, all right? Like, he has a lot of friends, but he's one of my first friends, all right? And Tom has allowed me to do a lot of cool stuff in life, right? The ROI on my friend Tom, priceless. Priceless. Let me tell you, I started in MySpace in 2003. I know I look like I'm still in college and I should do an internship here, but I'm 37. I'm married. I got 2 kids. Done a lot of life. Owned a lot of businesses in my 20s. And today I want to share with you what Tom did for me. Tom gave me access. Tom showed me what the internet could do for me. Tom taught me how to brand and market, and Tom doesn't even know it. See, I started off in MySpace because I was in a band. I used to do music. I used to do creativity. I was born and raised in LA. I'm Filipino, so this wasn't my route. I was supposed to be a male nurse or a male man. Those are my 2 routes. Those are my 2 choices. But Tom showed me another side. Tom showed me what the possibilities could be. Tom showed me that I could be creative and make money at the same time. Why? Because I was in a band, I had to build out my MySpace pages, and I had to book shows. I had to go around and sell music and book shows and get paid and sell merch and all that stuff. I didn't know how to do any of that. Tom showed me the way. Tom showed me that I could build MySpace pages because I'll record my bands in my bedroom and I put them on MySpace. And he showed me that I could design things and I could use this element to sell. And I did it for my band. So what I did was I built out MySpace pages for 200 local bands. 80% of them went on tour. Isn't that insane? Because of brand perception, because of MySpace. Now, MySpace blew up. Then Facebook came, then YouTube came in 2006. How y'all remember YouTube and all that stuff? I learned from MySpace how to code websites, how to brand, how to go on YouTube, how to make money doing it. I was part of this company called Battlefield Drums. They had 0 presence online. I came in there with my knowledge of YouTube, with my knowledge of building MySpace pages, with my knowledge of social media, rebranded the site. We used to make custom drums. We went from 0 to top 4 in the country, according to Drum Magazine in 2010, just because the value perception of Twitter, YouTube, MySpace, all those things. It was insane. We were doing so many sales, it was ridiculous. We became top of the industry. Nobody was doing YouTube like we were doing. We were creating something called webisodes. Webisodes. Look it up. Webisodes were little vlogs that I was doing. I was the first to do it in the drum industry. No one was doing it. In fact, the top of the top drum companies were coming to us during NAMM. NAMM's an event for musicians that was in Anaheim. And they would come up to us, wanting to get into fights with us because they were jealous. They wanted to fight us. They didn't know my partner was a cop. bad dude to get in a fight with. He'll take you out, right? But it was funny because people started, like, we were nobody. We worked out of a garage. A garage. That's where we were building drums. A garage in Alta Loma, California, near Riverside. But from there, Tom got me access to people because I started using my gifts, my talents, my skills, my content creation skills, my design skills, my people skills. These are people I started working with. The Shalene Johnsons, the Billy Ray Cyruses. I was working with record labels. I was getting hit up by Capitol Records to build out MySpace pages, YouTube channels, social media pages. Started working with the greats. I don't know if you see any familiar faces, but they're there. Started working with influential people. Started working with Gary Vaynerchuk in 2016. He invited us because of a YouTube channel called Video Influencers that I helped launch with my buddies Benji and Sean Cannell. Started making friends with Lewis House. He was doing a podcast back in the day called the School of Greatness. He still has it. #1 podcast on the planet next to Joe Rogan. Insane. Started working with people like JoJo Siwa when she was like super, super little. Launched her first YouTube channel with 10 videos, directed her first music video. Now she's blown up. Whether you like her or not, this is where it all started, right? That got into other things like branding the whole city of Las Vegas in 2020, rebranded it from What Happens in Vegas stays in Vegas to What Happens in Vegas only happens in Vegas. The creative strategist of that was me and my team, and we did it all, and it was amazing. Tom afforded me access. Tom showed me what I could become. Tom was my friend. These are some posts that we did that outperformed any paid media, any third-party media. We did it all organically on social media, on Instagram. I went to Vegas and I said, hey, we're just posting pictures of Bellagio, pictures of Paris. Like, there's nothing personable, nothing that people can touch, nothing that people can connect with. We got to start doing shows. We got to treat the platform like a network. This is the same mindset that I took from blowing up YouTube channels to MySpace pages. I took that and I took it to Vegas. And I said, we got to create shows. So I started launching How to Las Vegas, how to do Vegas over the weekend, how to do Vegas under budget, how to do Vegas when you're on a girls trip, how to do Vegas. Right, so that was a whole section, how to do Vegas. Another one was latest in Vegas. This one blew up. Latest in Vegas. What are the latest restaurants? What's the latest food? What's the latest shows? What's the latest artists? What's the latest thing? So we did this and exploded the brand, and it took off. Took it from 157,000 followers, and Vegas is a big deal, by the way, all the way to 800,000, and I think it's over 900 today. So that was a fun thing. So here's one thing I learned from Tom. This is what I learned. Y'all know what this is? Everybody knows. It's a funnel. Everybody who's everybody talks about funnels. You hear it from every guru. You hear it from everybody that's trying to be anybody, right? So this is what I learned. There's 6 stages from stranger to super fan when it comes to building massive, powerful personal brands. You got the awareness stage, which is where you plug everything into. And when you create more ports of entry, you get more discoverability, you get more opportunities to get seen, heard, and understood. Know, like, and trust. We all heard that. It's cliche, but it still works. The second stage is discoverability. The discovery stage, that's when they put on their Sherlock Holmes hat and they go discover who you are. They look at social proof. They are looking for things that just really pushes them to want to get in proximity with you, right? The third thing is called consideration. Hey, I've done my research. I saw your social media profile. I saw all the videos you did. That resonated with me. Hey, I'm going to check out your website. What do you got to offer? Can you help me? Consideration stage. The fourth stage is conversion. Hey, I considered it. You're winning. Let's just jump on a call. I want to see if you're actually the real deal. I want to see who you are besides your persona online. Are you a real person? Can I talk to you? Conversion happens when trust is won. When you transfer trust to your audience, when you transfer trust to somebody that's on the other side of a call, you can convert. The last 2 stages are important, and a lot of people are they miss these 2 opportunities right here. They lose a lot of money because of these last 2 stages. It's relationship building. What happens after they've given you your credit card? What's the first 24 hours feel like? Because they're going to create buyer's remorse or client obsession within those 24 hours. After they gave you the card, what happens? Immediate. Do they get an email? Do they get a phone call? Do they get a video thanking them for being part of the family? How do you treat them? What's the relationship look like between you and your client? And the last stage is so important. My dad, he owned his machine shop when I was a kid. He got fired when I was 9 years old from his job. He was a veteran. He was in the Vietnam War. And he told me, he's like, son, I know you're 9. I got fired from my job. Whatever you choose to do in life, I'm going to be so proud of you no matter what. I'm going to support it no matter what. You want to go to college? You want to be a nurse? You want to be a doctor? Do whatever. I'll be proud of you. But promise me one thing. Whatever career choice you go into, own something. I sacrificed my younger years to get to America, to chase the American dream, and now I have an opportunity to do it. He started his own small business. I didn't get allowance. I swept. I answered calls. I got paid $20 a week. I blew it on candy. That's why I am the way I am. No, but he taught me something really important. The best customer is the returning customer. That's how retention is so important. What are you doing? Are you thinking 5 steps ahead of your clientele? Are you thinking for them and say, hey, I know that you're struggling with this. This is what we did for you. And guess what? We're not even going to charge you for it. We just love you. Right? Retention. Why are they sticking around? If you don't give them a reason to stick around, they're going to leave. Right? Thanks, Tom, for showing me that. So check this out. We all know that we need social media, right? We saw the funnel. We all know that we need it. But it's time consuming. I don't know where to begin. These are the common things that I hear all the time. Hey, that just takes too much time. I don't know where to start. I can't afford someone to do it for me. Those are the 3 top reasons why people don't pursue social media. Guaranteed. And you can probably ask yourself right now, yeah, that's right. You check it. You probably checking all 3, right? So where would you start if you wanted to grow your brand, right? So all these gurus are like, oh yeah, YouTube, man. Yeah, oh, TikTok, I got 1 million followers just on TikTok. Oh, Instagram Reels, hashtags, right? It's like a mumbo jumbo, just word vomit salad of things that they think is working that's got it down. But here's the true thing. You don't need these things. These things are a support. Do I got your attention? This is what you need. You need to do a podcast. You need to do a podcast. You're like, John, you're trying to pitch me. I'm not pitching you. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I believe this. From the podcast, you can support every single social media platform out there. Podcasting is actually a vehicle. It's not just a podcast. Let me just change your mind about that. It's not just a podcast. It is a content-making vehicle for consistency, accountability, for authority. It is not about having a podcast on iTunes, guys. Right? This is what one podcast does for us. Right? Look at this. Before we even film a podcast, our team does research. We get content topic ideas. We get topics from online comments. So all your competitors out there, they have content online. They have comment sections. They drop a mic, and everybody's in the comments asking them more questions, but they're not responding because they think that they could just post and leave. So guess who picks up the comments? Your boy. I'll pick it up, answer questions. Because if people are asking more than 5 times, guess what? No one's given the details. No one's given the answers. So guess what? That becomes my main topic. Then from there, all I got to do is record the video on that topic. Guess what? All this can be automated. All the green that you see is pieces of content that goes out online, creating more entry ports for my brand than anything on planet Earth. And that is the best thing because I can make one 20-minute video and show up online for a whole month without doing a dang thing other than making that video. This is what podcasting is now. It's a vehicle. And let me just break the mythology here on podcasting. This is what it truly is. Podcasting is all about asking people to come hang out with you. That's all it is. Podcasting is all about just hanging out. Hey, come have a conversation with me. You like this? You like selling merchandise? You like building business? You like doing this? Hey, me too. Let's share notes. That's what podcast is. Okay? It's a formula. What's the formula, John? This is how you turn companies from zero to millions of dollars, and this is what I did in my 20s. Every single company I did, I used this formula. Ready? It's consistency over time equals growth and profitability. People need to show up. Businesses need to start showing up consistently. It can't just be like, oh, this is a shiny object, and now I got to use this marketing funnel. Oh, ClickFunnels. Oh, Kajabi. Oh, Go Hello. Oh, this, that. That's all vehicles, y'all. If you're not consistently showing up for your audience over time, you don't have a brand. You don't got trust. You don't got nothing. You don't got profitability. You're always going to be scraping, and there's nothing to be. It's almost like I started this e-commerce store, and then we started diving, and then I'm going to start another e-commerce store, and then I'm going to start another one. There's a dive every single time. Just stick to something and do it over and over for 20 years. The success that I've seen in my life didn't happen overnight. It happened over 20 years. Right? Hey, this is what creates consistency. Podcasting will allow you to show up at a consistent time, consistent place, consistent format, consistent value prop, consistent branding, consistent content. That's a lot of consistency. How many of y'all need consistency in your life? I know I do. That's why I love Jesus. He's consistent. How do you take me to church? Listen, I want y'all to if y'all leave with anything, I want y'all to leave with this. YouTube is important. We put a lot of podcasts on YouTube. We put a lot of content on YouTube. We use YouTube as a hub because YouTube is the second largest platform on the planet. Can you guess what the number 1 is? You already know. It's this thing right here, Google. Google owns YouTube. Google favors video. If you're not using YouTube for searchability and putting your podcasts and your shows on YouTube, you're missing out on discoverability. People that could actually type in something and you could pop up on the first page just like Google. It helps your rankability, right? And here's the thing about podcasting and YouTube. YouTube currently in 2024 has 113.9 million active users. Active, right? There's probably over 500 million channels. But actively, we're talking about the people that are actually active every day. 113.9. That's a lot of users. Can you guess how much podcasting is? 3.2 million. 113.9. 3.2 million podcasts. What does that mean? These are podcast shows, by the way. You want to know the active ones? 450,000. Let's go back. 113.9. Imagine these are all YouTube channels. That red space right there, that's 3.2 million. The ones that are actually active, if you can get past 21 episodes on your podcast, you're in the top 1%. That's a fact. That was a study done. So what does this mean for us? What does it mean? This is what it means for me. Opportunity. Y'all like real estate? How many of y'all like real estate? How many of y'all love owning something? When I was 9 years old, when my dad said, I'm proud of you about whatever you do. I support you with whatever career you want. And he said, own something. This is what I saw in my head. In my mind's eye, I said there's a desert called the digital real estate. Digital real estate. What I see here, when I look back at these slides, and I see all this, when it's oversaturated and YouTube and all that stuff, and I see those colors down there, this is what I see in my mind. And I want you to burn that in your mind. You see the opportunity? Y'all see it? It's phenomenal. Podcast positions you to create consistent brand content and elevates your authority that builds trust. You're able to vocalize the knowledge you have in your industry. Guess what? That was by unknown. Even if you're just starting, you could make full-time money even with a small audience. It's true. Remember that funnel I told you about? Tom taught me this. Don't see this as a funnel. Flip it. Use it as a megaphone. We need to start seeing this as a megaphone. Turn that funnel sideways and start amplifying your message. Start amplifying your voice. Start clocking in more podcasts. How many podcasts did we film yesterday, Andrew? A shit ton. That's the answer. 7, yeah. Sorry for my language. Tuesday. Commitment. Here you go. This is your commitment. This is what I want us to walk away with. This is the commitment. Ready? I'm too busy. It's hard work. I'm not that techie. That's the voice that keeps on telling us when we're like, should I do a podcast today? Should I make content today? This is that voice. Let's just paint it what it is. Let's just label it. That's the devil. Do we like hanging out with the devil? No. Nobody is ever too busy. If they're interested, they will make time. If you're interested in growing your brand, mastering an art, making money, building a business that is thriving and getting out there and building a powerful brand in the market that nobody could compete with, tell me you're too busy for that, right? So imagine if you get 100 views on one platform, and we're almost done here. If you get 100 views on just say YouTube, right? That's cool. 100 views is good when you're starting out. What if you took that same video, like I showed you in the other slide, and we just started putting it everywhere? You start getting 100 views here, 100 views here, 100 views here, 100. You see where I'm going? 1,600 views across multiple platforms with one piece of content. That's one podcast. That's 20 minutes of your time. That could generate infinite amount of money in your business. Infinite. That's 1,600 views from one video. Weapons of mass distribution. Distribution equals discoverability. The more content you make, the more opportunities you get to get discovered, the more opportunities to get discovered, the more people you attract, the more sales you can make. Thank you so much, Mediana. Thank y'all. Boom.